Good morning, shalom, and what it do. Welcome back to another edition of Real Talk Yehuda. Y'all know it is. I'm your boy Yehuda. Up this morning, having my cup of tea. Nice little herbal tea I like. Get the day started well before I get out here and have to go grind and work and be a man, provide for my family. What I want to talk about this morning, polygyny. Yeah, it's another polygyny video. I know. It's going to be some haters. There's going to be some people out there like, again. Yeah. But y'all need to hear this. You brothers out there, stop being weak. Stop being soft. Stop being afraid of your woman. And if you single, stop being afraid of these women. Man the hell up. Stop being simps. Now, for you sisters, I know what y'all problem is. See, I talk to a lot of you sisters. I ain't got no shame about it. I'm a happy, proud, polygynous man. I talk to sisters. I talk to women. And I'm not even just vain like that. I don't always just have to talk to a sister because she look good. Sometimes I try to talk to a sister because I see potential that she have that would benefit my family, myself as a man, and so we can build and grow together. Got cut off there, someone rudely interrupting. But you sisters, your problem is it's a twofold problem. And it's the irony of it that just trips me out. The irony of this twofold problem. Problem number one, Isaiah chapter 3. The daughters of Zion are haughty. I did a video about this before. Y'all can go back and find it. One of these polygyny videos I did. Go back and search and check out the video. But haughty, I know some of y'all, y'all refuse to read and all that stuff. I mentioned that the daughters of Zion are haughty, you sisters are haughty. And y'all want to be like, I ain't ratchet, I don't be acting ghetto and da-da-da-da-da. Haughty doesn't mean that you act ratchet and ghetto. Haughty means that you're arrogant, stuck up, prideful, full of yourself. And you sisters is definitely full of yourselves. But the irony of it is that it's a false vibrato. It's like a false arrogance and a false pride. Because the being haughty is only on the surface. And if y'all wonder what I'm doing, I'm adding a little honey to my tea. This stuff right here, good stuff, raw honey, real honey, really healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff. Man, I should get like a endorsement or something. You know what I'm saying? Sharing products in the videos. I might start doing that more often. Y'all need to pay me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see this product in the video. I'm showing y'all product, showing y'all some love. Y'all need to send a check. But yeah, this is good stuff. Y'all need to get a little of this. And it doesn't take much, I usually use like half a teaspoon, maybe a little less. It don't take that much. Put in a cup of tea. Anyways, like I was saying, it's like a false sense of pride, a false arrogance that you sisters have. And it's what's on the surface to cover up the truth of what's deep inside. And what's deep inside is a lot of you sisters have very, very low self-esteem. You have very, very low self-esteem. And there's many different roots of that problem, of having a low self-esteem. Some of you sisters have low self-esteem because you grew up in a single parent home. Your father wasn't there. It causes you to feel bitter against men, especially black men. You know, you sisters, most of you are, of course, black. And that means your father was black. And in many cases, he wasn't there when you guys or you ladies grew up. And there's a lot of different reasons. And what I find is that most of you sisters out there, yeah, that's good stuff right there. Good, healthy herbal tea early in the morning. Start out my day. A lot of you sisters, you have a false sense of why. Y'all think, oh, well, daddy just didn't love you. He hated you, whatever. He ran off. When the research and everything is showing and we look around and we see, that's actually not the case. Daddy wanted to be there. Daddy probably loved his children. The problem is whatever beef went down, whatever it was that went down between your mama and your mama ran your daddy off. And the welfare system has allowed your mama to run the man off. And a lot of you sisters do the same thing. That's why you unwed mothers. But Donald Trump finna put an end to that. You sisters is, boy, I tell you, you wayward sisters, time's finna get hard. Donald Trump already letting you know he putting a limit on these baby daddies that a woman could have to sit up and be living off the government system. Donald Trump finna put an end to all of that. But this low self-esteem that's buried underneath comes from this false sense of abandonment a lot of times by your fathers. And for some of you that had a mother and father in the household, you grew up in this wicked American society that programmed in your mind to rebel. Your father had instructions for you. Your father was in the house working and providing, but you rebelled. And when you rebelled, you went out here in the world and you was dealing with some no good dudes. Some wicked and no good dudes is who you sisters was messing with. Because a lot of you sisters, man, y'all don't like dealing with good, righteous men. Men that's gonna be there for their children, men that's gonna be there with you, men that's gonna be in it for the long haul. Y'all don't like that. And it's the programming by this wicked society. And it's sad that you sisters keep falling for it. Y'all fall for the okie doke every time. Y'all fall for the okie doke. And so, after you sisters then being used and ran through by a bunch of brothers, now you've really got self-esteem and confidence problems. But then you cover it up. You gloss it over with this false arrogance and pride, this haughtiness. And so rather than you admit that you were wrong, admit that you rebelled, admit that you don't know what the hell you're doing, admit that you need a man to lead, guide, and direct you, instead of doing that, you gloss it over with this false sense of pride and this false arrogance, and you become haughty. And so you continue in the whoredom because you don't want to admit that you were wrong. You don't want to admit that the whorish behavior is destructive. You don't want to admit guilt. So you gloss it over with being haughty. So how does that relate to polygyny? Because this is a polygyny video, right? It's a polygyny topic. How does you being haughty, glossing that haughtiness over, but underneath is this pain and this destroyed person and this low self-esteem and this low confidence? How does that relate to polygyny? I'm going to tell you how. The number one response I get from about 85% of you sisters, out of all the sisters I've spoken to over the last 3 years, and I've spoken to a lot of sisters, the number one response I get from you sisters, I ain't gonna be no second wife. So the problem isn't polygyny. The problem isn't the true understanding. You know that you need a man. You know that you need a husband to lead you. But this haughtiness that you've glazed over and glossed over the underlying problem of low self-esteem makes your response be that you do not want to be a second wife. You don't have a problem being a first wife, because in your twisted minds, you think that somehow being a first wife is going to boost up your self-confidence. It's going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to take away the hurt and the pain that you've experienced from dealing with wicked ass dudes. And it's like an insane twisting of your minds. The majority of you sisters that I have spoken to, and it's been a lot over the last 3 years, y'all don't have a problem with polygyny itself. You just have a pride, haughty problem that is hiding low self-esteem because you want to be the first wife, which is stupid. It's silly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th wife. It doesn't matter. You're the wife of that man. And you become sister to your sister wives. And y'all supposed to work together as a team. But because your self-esteem is so low, you look at the other sisters as a rival, as competition. But you should read in Sirach chapter 26. It talks about a woman who is jealous of a rival, or she is jealous and considers another woman as a rival. That's a wicked and sickening thing. It's destructive. And that's what a lot of you sisters are dealing with. You're jealous. You're looking at other women as rivals because the true problem is you have low self-esteem. And the low self-esteem usually is the result of you being rebellious, that you rebelled against instruction. You refused instruction. And because you refused instruction, you ran out here in the world, and these brothers used you up because you was dealing with wicked men. You wanted the bad boy or whatever the case was, and there was some good dudes that you passed up on. Oh, he too nice. Oh, he lame. Oh, he whatever. Because you wanted to be out here dealing with thugs and goons and dudes that ain't bout nothing. Now you used up, your heart broken, your emotions is tore up, your mind is gone. And you trying to cover all of that up, hide all of that with this false arrogance, this false sense of pride, haughty. And it's keeping you from building in the future. It's keeping you from being healed. Because the healing that you sisters is looking for is going to come from a righteous man. So you sisters, y'all so far out of order. What y'all think that the Most High is gonna come and deal with you directly. Y'all need to study the scriptures. The Most High don't do that. The Most High deals with the men. The Most High deals with the men of Israel. The Most High does with the men. He deals with righteous men. And those men are to carry out the word, commandments, the order, the structure, the ways of the Most High. And so you women are supposed to humble yourselves and submit yourselves and be subject in all. All right, so I got cut off again. I gotta hurry up and be quick now. I got stuff to do for the rest of the day. Anyways, listen, you sisters need to deal with the low self-esteem issue that you hiding and you covering up with being haughty. And that's what's keeping you sisters from being wifed up and moving forward. And it's what's keeping a lot of you sisters, the majority of you sisters, from polygyny, because y'all have this low self-esteem that you covering up and hiding with arrogance and being haughty. And so y'all number one response is you don't want to be this. Yeah, so this is going to be the last little finish up of the whole topic, with the polygyny and the low self-esteem. Look, y'all sisters need to work on y'all self-esteem problems. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all get over y'all self-esteem problems, then you won't be having the jealousy problems. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all sisters can humble yourselves and be wife material. You know what I'm saying? So that's all, I'm gonna say about it on this particular, edition. It's been real. It's Real Talk Yehuda. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you mad, if you hating, thumbs down. I don't care. Make sure right up here, make sure you click the notification bell so you can be notified of my videos. And with that being said, I'm out, man. I wish y'all blessings, peace, and shalom.